Hey there. I wanted to do a little rundown on the game of Let It Die so anyone who watches this playlist can understand what's going on and follow along a little bit better. Maybe helps with engagement and know what's going on. So I hope you enjoy. Again, if you have any questions about the game or just anything in general, post it in the comments below. I'll respond. Always keep an eye on it. You guys enjoy. Let's run through this real quick because there's a lot of ground to cover. So first of all, what is Let It Die? It's a roguelike, souls-like genre game. So you go up to the tower, you go as far as you can until you die, you start over again. That's a roguelike aspect. The Souls-like aspect is that there's bosses and very difficult enemies to fight. You roll on the ground, you know, try to get a good positioning. You go in when there's downtime, you attack them back up. The combat is very Souls-like. The lore goes that there's a tower, a magical tower that rises up out of the ground on an island off the coast of Tokyo. Nobody knows where this tower came from, what it is, what it does, what it's for. We're told that if we reach the top, we could get a wish of ours granted, allegedly. There's more to it than that, and I know the whole story, but I plan to do another video of that in the future. So here we are, we're going up the tower, trying to reach the top. When you start the game, you are locked to a single grade of fighter, grade 1 fighters. There's multiple grades that you're going to unlock as you climb, but you start with a grade 1 fighter, which goes up to a max level of 25. And then once you reach a certain point, you unlock a grade 2 fighter that goes up to level 50, and then a grade 3 fighter, so on and so forth. A grade of a fighter can be identified by the amount of stars they have. For example, this fighter we're looking at has 5 stars. It is a grade 5 fighter. They start with higher base stats, and their maximum stats go much higher than the grade before. Now you can make different classes of fighters. There's a multitude of classes. This one that we're looking at here is an attacker. They focus on attack, strength, and dexterity. They don't have a lot of defense and they don't have a lot of health, so there's always up and downs depending on what kind of fighter you take. There's fighters that are specialized for defense, like this here. This guy has a lot of vitality and a lot of health. There's an all-rounder, which has equal stats across the board, more or less. They don't specialize in anything. There's the collector, which has insanely large bag space. And my favorite, the striker. The striker has a high amount of strength and health. Not so much anything else, but strength and health is always good. There's the shooters that specializes in projectiles like guns. There's also the lucky star, which has an insane amount of luck, which increases the amount of money you get from your kills and your looting in the tower, as well as your critical strike chance. There's the skill master, which increases the amount of decal slots you get. We'll cover decals a little bit later. Now this game has a cool feature that you can use to screw over other players. Yes. Inflict pain and suffering. This feature is called expeditions. You can send your fighter on an expedition after somebody that's actively climbing the tower. All these people here are online. They're playing, they're real people, they're playing, they're climbing the tower right now. You can send your decked out fighters after them and screw them over. If you succeed in killing them, your character gets more loot in exchange. You don't have to get them killed, but as long as you send them on an expedition, your fighters can bring back stuff. You just get more if you succeed in killing them. You can get things like special mushrooms, money, kill coins, lithium, all kinds of stuff. So it's a cool feature to take advantage of, but the more expeditions you send fighters on, the more people can retaliate against you in revenge. There's a revenge function, so the more you send out to screw other people over, the more they can screw you over. So it's a double-edged sword. Another cool feature of the game that you'll see throughout the run is something called the hater system. In the game, sometimes you'll encounter something called a hater. A hater is identified by an orange name. Their name will be highlighted in orange. That is a player character that died on that floor. They respawn as an AI-controlled enemy that is significantly stronger and more powerful. There's another one called the Hunters. Now, the Hunters are identified by their red nameplates. Red names are hunters that other players sent after you on purpose, just like we just covered. People could send hunters after you on an expedition to try and kill you. They're identified as a red name as opposed to haters that have orange names. You'll also sometimes encounter something called a jackal. Jackals, oh, jackals. Jackals are very challenging NPCs. They're basically walking disasters. If you encounter a jackal, you can kill them, and they do drop insane loot and blueprints, but they're very challenging. They're super giga tough. They drop 6-star armor and weapons, and like, for example, me right now, the highest grade I have is 5 stars. I don't have sorry, 4 stars. I don't even have 5 stars, let alone 6 stars. So they're significantly stronger than I am right now. Jackals will spawn on the floor that you're on if you spend too much time on that floor. If you've killed all the enemies on the floor and you spend too much time looting and walking around, the jackals will spawn and they'll come after you. They can kill you. There's more than one. They can teleport to you if you try to run away. So they're like I said, they're walking death. They're just death incarnate. Let's talk about the greatest help you're gonna get when climbing the tower, Barbs. This guy, Apocalyptic Hitler.
Welcome back.
When you climb the tower, you'll encounter blueprints. You bring the blueprints to this guy, and he can research them for you if you bring him the materials to craft said blueprint. Whenever you upgrade a weapon or armor to +4, the next upgrade after that is going to go a qualitative upgrade that increases the overall power of said item. For example, the Buzzsaw Knuckles Plus that you see on the left here at the bottom of the screen. That's what I have currently, a +4 Buzzsaw Knuckles. If I upgraded one more time, it's going to become the Buzzsaw Masher, which increases the damage by more than 4 times. It goes from a 2-star weapon to a 3-star weapon. So it's always good to focus only on certain weapons that are stronger than the rest and certain armor that you're going to use more often than the rest. You cannot spread yourself too thin trying to upgrade everything. This is going to take way too long to upgrade. I have 150 hours in the game at this point, and I'm still trying to upgrade items to progress further in the tower. There comes a point in the tower where you have to have high-grade weapons and armor. Otherwise, you get one-shotted by the AI. Just any enemy's gonna one-shot you. You'll see this repeated throughout the gameplay. Once you craft the item, you can then buy it in his shop in exchange for kill coins. The higher the grade of the item, the more kill coins it costs. Let's talk about currencies. The first currency we're going to talk about is the death medals. That is the rainbow-looking skull here. Death medals are the cash shop currency. You can buy those in the cash shop, or you could get them in the game through events or achievements. And you can use them to purchase special blueprints, items, crafting materials, or to revive yourself when you die in the tower to get an extra life so you can keep going. You can also use them to expand your bank storage. And then we have the kill coins. The kill coins are used to purchase your fighter after it dies in the tower and get all your items back. If you don't buy your fighter back with the kill coins, you could go and kill your fighter yourself manually instead of having to pay money. But then if you do that, even though you get your fighter back, everything's gone. You lose your decals, your items, everything. The other currency in the game is called Splithium. Splithium is used to increase the maximum kill coin Splithium bank storage, as well as crafting blueprint armors and weapons at the Apocalyptic Hitler guy. There are other currencies in the game, but those are the main ones. Alright, let's talk decals. This is the Mushroom Magistrate. As you can tell, she is an absolute mushroom fanatic. She is permanently high on mushrooms. You can buy decals from her. they do a variety of different things. For example, living on the edge. Whenever I'm about to die, it keeps me at 1 health. It only works once. There's other ones as well. There's a plethora. There's like hundreds of different decals you can get. These are just a small amount. But you can also buy something called a premium decal in exchange for 50,000 kill points. That's a lot of money. To put in perspective, whenever you kill an enemy in the game, it drops about 200 kill points per kill. Yeah, 50,000's a lot. But the good thing about a premium decal as opposed to a regular decal is that if you die in the tower, you don't lose your decals. Whereas regular decals, if you die, you lose them. You're gonna have to get them back somehow by paying money, but they're gone. The different rarity of decals goes from 1 star to 5 star. In the 150 hours that I've spent playing this game, the only 5-star decal I got is this one down here, called Vampire Queen. 5-star decals are so exceedingly rare in this game that you have a better chance of getting a legendary pull on Genshin Impact and or Honkai Star Rail. Super rare decals. This decal here that I got my only 5-star, it gives me 10% lifesteal, as well as exploding dead corpses that does damage around them when they explode. Alright, let's talk PvP. This here's Tetsuo. The PvP in this game is called the Death Metro. It's not true PvP. It's more like PvEVP. You're going up against the AI that the player set up to counter you. I'll explain in a moment. I'm currently Platinum rank. In the last season, I got the Platinum 2. And now a new season just started. As you PvP in the game, the season ends every week. There's a new season every week. And depending on the rank that you get in that week, you get special rewards. For example, here it gave me 80,000 kill points in Splithium, as well as special golden bags that give me like mystery items or whatever. The higher rank you go, the harder the opponents you face, obviously. I'm currently on Team Alaska. I moved from Florida because Alaska was more active in PvP. You go to raid and then you choose the opponents you want to face. It tells you the amount of kill coins and Splithium you're going to get for beating them if you win. But if they beat you when you're trying to attack them and they kill you, you don't get anything and you lose ranking. You see here where it says rank. Rank is an indication of how high up the tower the player has gotten. The higher the rank means the higher grade the fighters they have unlocked. So whenever you're going up against another player in PvP, you need to take a look at their rank. It's not an indication of the actual floor that they got to. Like, for example, my rank is rank 77. That doesn't mean I've been to the 77th floor. I don't know how it's calculated, but the higher the rank, the higher the grade of fighters the person is unlocked. Anytime you're in a war with another faction, for example, currently my team, Alaska, is going to go to war with Russia soon. When that green bar and the red bar from Russia touch, we're going to go to war for 24 hours. During wartime, you can attack anybody from that country, no matter the rank, no matter the level, no matter the whether they're gold, silver, bronze, platinum, doesn't matter. You can face anyone on their team and raid their base and get loot. After 24 hours, the raid is over, and one of the team is going to win. Whichever team wins gets extra rewards. Outside of that, you are faced and paired against random players of your rank. You cannot face players that are below your rank tier. So if you go, so right now I'm Platinum, so I could go against Platinum 3, 2, or 1 players. I cannot go against gold players, and I cannot go against bronze players. Now, whenever you set up your PvP defense to defend your base, You gotta make sure to have fighters on the fence. Otherwise, if you don't have any fighters, players can just go to your base. It's wide open. They can break your bank open and take all your coins and money. They don't take all of it. They take only 10% of your splithium and your kill coins. 10% might not sound much, but let's say I have 100,000 coins like I have now. If somebody breaks my bank, they take 10,000. The next person comes, breaks my bank, takes another 10,000. It adds up. So you want to have defense, because kill coins and splithium is not easy to get your hands on. So the way it's going to work is, these characters that I put on defense here, they're going to spawn in order from left to right to go up against the player that raids my base. It's going to start with this chick that's level 126. They're gonna try to kill that one. If they kill it, the next one's gonna spawn. If they kill that one, the next one's gonna spawn. They kill that one, so on and so forth, until there's no more fighters left. And then they can, you know, break my base and steal my stuff. Another good thing about PvP is that sometimes if you get lucky, you can capture their fighters. You knock them out and you bring them back to your base. You harvest them for splithium. You stick them on the toilet seat and you harvest them for splithium. Yes, they're inside a body bag and tubes hooked up to their asshole and they're pooping out splithium. For example, this guy, Leo's, I believe is this guy's name. He was online 17 hours ago. I caught his fighter when I was raiding his base and I imprisoned him. There's two ways that this guy can get his fighter back. He can try to raid my base and break my jail open and get his fighter back that way. But since he's ranked 61 and I'm ranked 77, my fighters, my defense might be a little too strong for him. He might not be able to get through my defense and save his fighters, so it's kind of far-fetched. I don't think he'll be able to get it back. The other way he can get his back is to pay ransom. He can pay 8,800 coins to get his fighter back. Or he can also wait until the timer is over and then the fighters can be returned automatically. Next is the quest system. You can get quests in this game that make you do different things and whatnot. Right now there's an event going on that asks you to kill Screamers. Screamers are the main enemy type in the tower. They're just common enemies. If you kill a certain amount of Screamers, it gives you a rare material that you can use to craft and upgrade blueprints. There's different difficulties. This is one of the hardest quests right here, killing jackals. We've been over jackals and how they're murder machines. But look at the reward, it gives you a sweet, sweet monies. But I'm not ready to face jackals yet, so I'm not gonna do that one. Quests can vary. Sometimes they ask you to kill a boss. Sometimes they ask you to kill a certain enemy type, a certain amount of them. Sometimes they ask you to go from this floor to this floor without using the elevator, blah, blah, blah. It varies. Some quests are pretty quirky. They can ask you to get certain types of mushrooms or kill certain types of critters, etc. Next, let's talk about mushrooms. I don't have a whole lot of mushrooms to showcase here, but mushrooms are also a very good way to progress in the game. When there's a boss that's too hard for you, you can stack different kinds of mushrooms to make your life easier. This mushroom here is called a life shroom. Basically, when you take fatal damage, you revive with 50% health. It's only usable once, but you can eat another one afterwards if you have one in your inventory. There's shrooms that slow down time in slow motion. Your character moves at 100% speed, but the boss moves at like 0.1% speed, so you just wail on him and he can't hit you back. There's shrooms that make you invisible. Nobody can detect you or see you. There's shrooms that make you invincible to all damage. There's shrooms that repair your armor and weapons. There's all kinds of different mushrooms. And here's the catch. In the past, when this game came out in 2016, mushrooms played a massive role. It got nerfed since then, but people used to stack like invincibility shrooms, right? They used to like eat like 10 of them in a row. And then they beam into damage for like 10 minutes straight or whatever. And then they just go and kill a boss super easily. So a lot of people cheesed this game when it first came out. Thankfully though, that did get nerfed and they can't do that anymore. Those special shrooms that I just mentioned are super uber rare. There's also like lesser versions that like make you take damage when you use them, so you can't spam them. So yeah, the whole mushroom thing got nerfed, but it's still a very useful feature in the game that can help you get past a very difficult challenge. Alright, let's talk about the elevators. This elevator here, one of the fancy gold-plated doors, is called the premium elevator. If you pay real money to a premium pass, you get to ride this beauty. This basically gives you free access to any and all floors that you've been to, free of charge. You don't have to pay kill coins to get there, it's completely free. And the best thing about this elevator is, let's say you're in combat, right? And you're getting overwhelmed, and you need to run or you're gonna die. You can run to this premium elevator, and if you have a premium pass active, you can go inside of it, and you're safe. You cannot die while you're inside the elevator. Whereas, if you ride this piece of shit here that smells like mold, it's falling apart, it's rattling, it's hardly functional. This piece of shit, if you're in combat, you cannot get in this, you gonna die. And it also costs money if you use this elevator. The higher the floor, the more money it costs. The highest floor I've been to is 51, so that's why it goes up there. But there's a lot more than 51 floors in this game. Now, another good thing about this elevator is that there's a sexy hostess in there with a couch, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Now, don't ask me how I know this, but if you clip through her shirt with your camera, there's actually nipple textures. Don't ask me how I know this. Don't ask me how I know this, okay? Just go with the flow. Okay, let's talk floors. Throughout the days of the week, the tower shifts. The tower shifts. Like sometimes there's gonna be floors that weren't there the day before. There's gonna be different floors, new floors. They do shift, but they're pretty consistent. Like for example, I think every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, there's like a special vendor that spawns on the 27th floor. Different days of the week spawn certain rooms. Every 10 floors, there's going to be a major story boss that gatekeep your way to the next grade of fighter to unlock. The first major boss is on the 10th floor, Omeno Soto. You can tell by the icon there that looks like a little angry skull face symbol thing. The symbol next to that with the arrows, that signifies that there's an elevator on this floor. So whenever you're traveling up and you get to a floor that does not have an elevator symbol, you're kind of screwed. That means you can't leave. You have to make your way to an elevator to escape. So remember the symbols; they're gonna be pretty important during the playthrough. The game officially, quote unquote, has 4 major bosses. Every 10 floors, 4 major bosses. They're called the 4 Dawns. When you kill the boss on the 40th floor, you're technically supposed to be done with the game. But the developers have added more and more content throughout the years, and it goes up way past floor 40. I don't know if there's any new major bosses. I don't think there will be, but the tower does keep going. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you liked it, make sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe, share the video. It helps the channel grow. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I'm in my happy place. I'm in my happy place. You can't hurt me because I'm in my happy place. I can't see nothing. I'm not looking because I'm in my happy place. Yeah.